every year, I feel like we have the same excitement of this being the most important season in a very long time. And it feels like typically about a month in, the expectations get tempered relatively quickly. Whether that be because of injuries, teams not being exactly what we thought they'd be, the excitement can kind of dwindle as the season prolongs. But this year simply feels different. I think this particular season, and we say it every year, but I think it's easily the most significant of the decade so far, and one of the most important that I can remember. Think about it like this, and it kind of feels weird talking about LeBron in this way, but it's just true. LeBron is going into year 20, and for about the first time in 2 years going into a season, he has a realistic chance of winning a championship. Not only that, he could tie Magic and Kobe for his 5th in a Lakers uniform. Not only that, the most dominant dynasty that essentially destroyed LeBron's legacy seems to be on its last dance with how Klay Thompson's contract situation seems to be going. One of the most dominant players of our era, he's never had a chance to play on a championship team. In 11 seasons, Dame has only played with like 1 All-Star, and now he's playing with Giannis. And the newest wave of dominant versatile bigs, Wemby and Chet, both touched the league essentially at the exact same time. And personally, I think they're the new future of what 7-footers will look like going forward. Bro, what a time to be an NBA fan. Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now is a very exciting season because sports in general is basically back. And whether you're a Saturday college football fan or a diehard NFL fan like myself, DraftKings has the best betting options for you. They're back with an offer that you really can't miss. All new customers have to do is bet just $5 on any game of their choice and instantly get back $200 in bonus bets. Literally is that easy. New customers place just $5 on any wager and instantly get $200 back in bonus bets. If you want to enhance the experience even more, try DraftKings same game parlays, where you can combine multiple bets from the same game for a shot at an even bigger payout. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use my promo code SWISHOUT, bet just $5 on any wager, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SWISHOUT, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Have you gotten a chance to see Victor Wembanyama yet?
Yeah, of course. How can you miss him? Yeah, the evolution of the game is taking us this far. You know what I'm saying? When we got 7'5" dudes who's able to do everything on the court, you know?
Everybody, you know, we're gonna label him like this unicorn thing. Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien.
Yeah, he's like the 2K creator player. Like every point guard that wants to be 7 foot, cheat code type vibes, but he's a solid talent.
Victor Wembanyama, he's going to be insane in this league. I said in my last video that Chet Holmgren was my pick for Rookie of the Year, mainly because I think his team is going to ultimately have more success. But damn, it's going to be very close, bro. We're talking about a 7'5" positionless player who can very well average 5 blocks a night in his sleep, bring the ball up the court and run the break, be the most unstoppable pick and roll threat instantly off his height alone, and create for himself with a true perimeter game. It's not forced at all. We've never seen anything quite like this dude, and he's easily the most hyped prospect since LeBron and probably of my life. And if he's able to stay healthy, which kinda is a big if because of his size and the duration of the games, San Antonio is going to be relevant instantly. The Spurs basically just began their rebuild once they traded DeJounte Murray, resulting in them landing a one-in-a-generational ass player like Wemby. But OKC, on the other hand, they may have just put the finishing touches on theirs, getting Chet Holmgren to an already loaded young core that almost made the playoffs last year. You don't normally see a quote-unquote rebuilding team that's also the youngest team in the NBA with all these future picks, and they already have a superstar in the making with SGA. Rebuilds typically look like Detroit looks right now, and Orlando, and Houston, and even Portland to some extent. They're way ahead of schedule. Not only do they have a first-team All-NBA player at 25 years old, but they have damn near a 6'8" point forward triple-double threat with Josh Giddey, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league with Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, who's versatile and was a Rookie of the Year candidate last year. That alone was damn near 500, and they almost made the playoffs. And now they're adding in Chet Holmgren, not quite the prospect of Wemby, but bro, he's very close. Bro, in the preseason alone, and this was like the best preseason I've ever seen in my entire life, this man averaged 16 points, 5 boards, and 2 blocks in only like 18 minutes a game. That team, that rebuild, and most importantly, that rivalry between him and Wemby, that starts this year, and luckily they play 4 times. LeBron is now entering year 21. Now that UD is gone, the player that I grew up watching in the finals year after year after year is oddly the oldest player in the NBA. Probably like 65% of y'all watching aren't even 21 years old yet, and to me that's insane. Last year, LeBron, he missed a significant amount of games with injuries, and to me that hampered the potential of that team. Add on the fact that they completely transformed their roster in like February, and it made it hard to fully see what that team looks like healthy with games under their belt and experience. It was just really thrown together last minute. Now they added multiple pieces that make sense. They fit together. The main additions are all under contract, and hopefully they can stay relatively healthy. And speaking of being healthy, the team that's never healthy, it's a pretty big year for them too. 4 years ago, this was supposed to be the duo that completely took over the league with the Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan type of wings. And let's be honest, they've been very underwhelming. And most of it has been because of out of 308 possible games together between Kawhi and Paul George, they've played way less than half of them. Their 4 years together has basically been a choke 3-1 lead, a Western Conference appearance without Kawhi, an entire missed season from Kawhi, and a first round exit again last year basically without Kawhi. He's missed 11 playoff games. This is really a huge year for them because both Kawhi and PG, they can both be free agents after this year, and I don't know if you commit to them long term, well into their 30s, if they have a 5th injury-riddled year. The only injury-free year they had was off the bubble, and they choked that. And speaking of the Clippers, bro, what about James Harden? I got a video on this man soon, but what's going on with this man's career? It feels like he's sabotaging his own career, burning yet another bridge. And does he probably have a valid point about being backstabbed or snaked, whatever? Probably so, but it feels like it's getting to the point where nobody really trusts or wants him. Reportedly, the Clippers aren't even willing to move off of Terrence Mann for James Harden. And Terrence Mann is a solid player, but bro, it's James Harden. That says a lot. If he is moved, this would be like his 3rd time being moved during the season in like 4 years. To me, that's an extremely unfortunate way to end such an iconic career. Essentially being dangled on the market and nobody really wanting you, bruh. And where does this leave Philly? Bro, we have the reigning MVP entering a season yet again with his co-star throwing yet another fit. And let's be real, I'm not a big Joel Embiid fan, but his prime is panning out pretty sad. He's already looked at as like the weakest MVP ever, basically begging for that award and being the only one that's never even made the conference finals. And this year, I don't see that changing. And here's the sad part to me, and I'm sorry Philly fans, at least I got the Eagles, to me the best team in the NFC. Regardless of what they do with James Harden, the ceiling is the exact same. If they lose James Harden, they still can get to the 2nd round. To me, the East is not that crazy deep. If they keep James Harden, they're not good enough still to get out the 2nd round. So it's a bunch of drama with the exact same ceiling. Joel Embiid is basically the only one under contract after this year. And to me, it's like he's boxed in to that 2nd round exit. And regardless of what happened with James Harden, it's not really changing. I don't think he's going to be in Philly much longer. And Dame, this man has 22 playoff wins in the last 11 seasons. The Bucks have 24 in the last 3 seasons. Dame, we know, he's never played with the defensive front quite like this. And now he's literally playing with the most winningest franchise of the last half decade. Since Giannis won that MVP like 5 years ago, no team has won more games, and it hasn't really been close. Now Dame is a part of that. And the Warriors, this may just be their last dance with the big 3 as we know them. I still don't like them losing Jordan Poole for a soon-to-be 39-year-old. And even if you're going to do that, I would have preferred them adding a big since Chris Paul enhanced his bigs. They didn't do none of that, but I guess we'll see. Kevin Durant, he's on yet another super duper team, and it feels like it's a lot riding high on this season for him. It feels like a lot of his rivals / contemporaries have won championships since he won his last one in 2018. Kawhi, one of the big three small forwards of this era, he won his second in 2019. LeBron, one of his biggest rivals, won in 2020. Giannis, who seems to be challenging him legacy-wise, won in 2021, and he beat KD in 7 games. The biggest monkey he can't get off his back, Steph, he won his 4th in 2022. Meanwhile, KD, it seems like he's been left a little bit in the dust. Still, obviously putting up godly, crazy numbers. But with this team specifically, bro, he has to win. And the reigning NBA champions, well, it still feels like they don't get quite enough respect to me. How does ESPN not have Jokic as the #1 player in the league off the run he just had? If he can't get it off of that, it's literally nothing else he can do. Nevertheless, with the confidence they have winning the championship last year and the formula they have and them having the best player on the planet, to me, they can stamp themselves as the new dynastic, boring type of Spurs team if they happen to repeat, something San Antonio never did. My finals prediction is them versus Milwaukee. I have Milwaukee winning, but I have them in. If you guys like this video, make sure you like this video. If you made it this far, comment your finals teams and your winner. I have Milwaukee versus Denver and Milwaukee winning in about 6. Comment yours. The NBA is back. I'm so happy it's back. It felt like the offseason was boring, but also short. It's kind of weird, but I'm just happy it's over and it's back. Make sure you guys like this video. Follow my social media sites. Do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.